The universe is saying today to you that something has stirred inside of you and the weight has lifted and the mind feels clearer. As the sun moves into Gemini, so do you, into curiosity, expression, and more movement. There's more need for activity. There's more need to be flexible, and there's more need to follow that drive that has slowly awakened and cultivated through the chaos you've been through. Now a voice is speaking louder than ever before, and my friend, say yes to it. Say yes to it, because it will take you far. It will take you way further than your mind could ever, because it's divine. The voice that speaks to you is divine, and you should not ignore it. I had a vision for this message today, and I want to share it with you because it's very powerful, and then I will share with you five different energy themes for today. The sun just moved into Gemini, and we have many incredible shifts, also astrological shifts that are happening right now, that are altering how we feel about our destiny, how we feel about our karma, and how we feel about our life's path that is unfolding right now. Because sometimes when we have this kind of shifts, people experience a sense of confusion, but at the same time a sense of clarity. So it's like yesterday I mentioned this battle between your dream or your soul and your ego. Like ego wants to keep you safe, but soul wants to take you into an adventure. And the soul's voice will become more clear and more loud to you. And those of you who are ignoring it, your life may become a bit more in tension, because what energies are encouraging you to do at this point is to release what is not giving you a sense of freedom. Release what is not giving you a sense of freedom, because you're like water. You want to move. You want to be fluid. You want to feel alive, and you want to be free. Freedom is the theme, my friend, for this time. So let's go into the vision that I've seen. What have I seen? Oh, my friend, I wish you could see it too. I saw a white horse. I saw a white horse. And that is a powerful symbolism, because when I saw it, I had goosebumps. So, white horse is a powerful symbol, because firstly it symbolizes purity. It symbolizes some kind of spiritual power, right? Great figures had white horses because it symbolizes power. And I saw it. You know, when I see these visions, when I ask for guidance, when I tune into the energy and I see these visions, it's not like it doesn't have much to do with a horse. It has a lot to do with the symbolism of a white horse. It's a symbol of power. It's a symbol of purity, which means more you're purifying yourself, more you actually gain power, spiritual power, which has nothing to do with spirituality in any philosophical sense. It has a lot to do with your spiritual power. So what is spiritual power? It is understanding of yourself. It is deeper connection with nature. It is understanding and awareness of your intuition and all your spiritual senses. And it has everything to do with the understanding of the importance of walking your path and how much it is related to freedom. Freedom comes out of walking your path, because walking the path will free you. So it means that you have a unique path in front of you. And only when you decide to walk it, when you decide to follow your heart's desires, things will unfold so uniquely that it will surprise you. But at the same time, you will need to learn skills, you will need to work hard for it, and you will need to reshape yourself like a diamond, and then you will experience incredible miracles and blessings and great wins and breakthroughs. The thing is that you just can't ignore it anymore, can you? Let me know, can you ignore that? I'm sure you can't resist that feeling anymore. So, white horse is also a symbol of victory. It's a symbol of transformation. It means that you are getting into a state where you feel like you're winning, like you're crystallizing, like there's something happening inside of you that you just can't, you can't pretend anymore. Now you're embodying yourself. Now you're feeling lighter and more clear. Some of you may be like, I'm not feeling none of that. I would ask you how much you're really trusting yourself and believing into yourself and moving with that desire of your soul, because that is everything, my friend. That is everything at this point. It's like, what are your core values that come from your soul? What, like, when I'm really reflecting on these things, I ask myself, what would be my dream life? Like, what would be the best possible life? And then obviously your mind will go, oh, I can't live it because of that, because of that, because of that. Those are all limiting beliefs. But let's say you would already be living it, how your life would look, and make it as a goal. And when we make goals, we ask ourselves, okay, what can I start doing to accomplish these goals? And that's where your intuition will turn on. And when your intuition turn on, you need to grab ideas that find you spontaneously and turn them into actionable plans. And if you take action with it, your life will change like my life has changed. And then you will say, well, miraculous things can happen and manifestation works. You may not manifest anything, but you will manifest what will make that dream possible, because it is your destiny. It's a destination you set for yourself, and achieving it is reaching your destiny. That's how it works, my friend. So white horse is also a symbol of freedom. It's a symbol of some kind of greater revelation, kind of a resurrection that you've been through. So how many of you feel like you've been through a resurrection? Just towards the end of last year, I've created a painting called Resurrection, because that's how I felt back at that time. And many of us have been through resurrection. You can find the painting on AttractPassion.com, type in the search bar Resurrection, you will see it. We may feel like that, many of you may feel like that. It means that you've been reborn. You've been reborn, you've left the old skin behind, the old ways behind, the old identity behind, and you became who you really are, or at least more of who you really are, and you're still shaping yourself. Are you still shaping yourself, my friend? Do you? Oh yes, that feels great, right? Well, when we're reshaping ourselves, sometimes it feels like we become more real. We don't tolerate some, things from the past. We don't tolerate people that are around us but are not helping us to improve our lives. We don't tolerate what is pulling us back, so we start cutting the cords. We start protecting our energy, and we start standing stronger in our field, in our space, and we take charge of our future, right? And if you've been doing that, it means you've been inspired by this new energy. Well, what is that new energy? It is you in motion. It is you universe, right? It's that other you that is universal. You see, you're made out of two yous. There's the ego you, and then there's the God you, the universal you. And, well, the beauty happens when they merge. When you're still in your ego, aware of your individuality, but you're guided by God, that's a beautiful state that you experience, because suddenly, well, people around you can say whatever, but you have an inner authority now. You have an inner compass that shows you the way. I can say whatever to you, but you will say, no, what my heart says is the truth, right? Well, the sun went into Gemini, and that is a big thing, because the shadow work is still happening. And well, I have a different understanding of the shadow work than what is maybe popular right now, because I've noticed in my life that there's something that I'm going through personally, and then there's something that I'm willing to share with others. And the shadow work for me is like cultivation of the seed that still hasn't reached the light yet, right? When you plant the seed, you plant it into the darkness of the earth, but then it seeks the light. That's why it grows towards the light, right? So your shadow side is the side where there are seeds that have been planted by the divine. So you have seeds planted in the darkness, and in your deepest fears you discover them. In your deepest parts of you that you've been avoiding because they felt unpleasant, you will discover the greatest gifts of yours. Like when I faced my greatest fear, and for example at the time when I quitted my job and I decided that I will live my life from that moment on without any financial income, and I will find a way to free myself and to actually create a dream life, I've discovered that talent of mine. I'm an incredible artist. I have incredible imagination and I'm incredibly intuitive. I've discovered these gifts when I faced my fears. When I've been through my darkest times, I've discovered my greatest seeds, and then I've started nurturing them by light. What does it mean? I became aware of what are my gifts. This is for me the shadow work. I became aware of my gifts and I acknowledged them by practicing what I felt talented about. When I've started practicing what I felt talented about, these gifts started growing and they reached the light. And what does it mean to reach the light? It means I've started expressing them publicly. And well, when plant reaches the light, it's not grown yet, it's not mature yet. So you've seen my process of maturity from beginning to here, because that's what it means. The talents grow, right? The skills grow. We mature themselves by practicing them. So sometimes people say, I need to do the shadow work because they feel fear, but actually doing what you're afraid of is already doing the shadow work. Because now you're actually breaking through the walls of what was holding you back. You may be shaky, you may be scared, but you're doing it. People may say to you, hey, you need to do the shadow work, or you need to do this and that. But you know, actually I'm getting better by practicing, because you become who you're practicing to be. So this is something that Sun moving in Aries is reminding us right now. And this is also related to Ketu. And in few videos before I talked about the north and south nodes of the moon. Those are known as the shadow planets. And one controls or influences our perception of the future, and one influences our perception of the past, and also the consequences of what we've done, the cause and effect law, the karma. And well, they both moved to new zodiac signs, which means energy has changed. When it comes to perception of your future, there's more clarity, there's more alignment, and also many karmic cycles have ended. So you may feel more free. You may feel that a huge phase you've been through, like maybe a dark phase or a dark night of the soul, or something that was teaching you an incredible lesson has ended, and you should now free yourself by practicing what you wanted to become. This is now, this shadow part. You need to cultivate these seeds of yours through action, so they can grow into light, so others can receive what you have. This is something that is active right now. So one thing about this is that you may have some dark dreams during these days as well. So what are dark dreams then? Well, if you spend more days, or if you spend more time in a day in negative emotions because you're fighting with something, or because there's something out of alignment in your life, well, your body is producing biochemical signals we call emotions. That's chemistry in the body. And if you don't resolve it, there's something interesting that happens during the night. Well, in the night time, body sends some of this chemistry to the brain, and then brain wants to create a meaning out of this thing. So you as the consciousness would maybe recognize the symbolism in the pictures that the brain produces while you sleep in dream state. And sometimes those are darker dreams. So you would pay more attention that there's something wrong in your life that you need to take care of. You may think you're having a nightmare, but actually you're just seeing symbolism. That's the product of the chemistry in your body because you've been out of alignment. And these dreams will be related to something that can be understandable to you. Like sometimes you have a dream that all people were just erased out of your life, which may be a reminder that you are too isolated. Just one example. You may feel that something is chasing you. Sometimes we have these dreams like something is chasing you. You don't know what. But then when you wake up, you may recognize it's a symbol that there is some kind of a passion of yours that you've never acknowledged. So it just feels you're chasing something in life that you've never reached. Because in your day life, you've been maybe chasing the wrong thing, but you haven't acknowledged there's a passion that's already inside of you. And when you acknowledge it, start working on it, you will stop chasing something that's not yours. You see, this is very deep, and symbolism of dream it's very profound work when you dive into it. That's why writing down the dreams is very important. And during this time, if you have this kind of dreams, and if you remember them, go into the symbolism of it, because you will receive many intuitive answers to where you are at this point, and it will take you to clarity what you work on. This is powerful. So the theme for this is that those are not setbacks. Those are soul detoxes. Your soul is detoxing from the nonsense, from the things that are not aligned with you anymore, and therefore energy is speaking to you through symbolism. That's how this universe works. Actually, everything is a symbolism. All this reality in 3D, it's all symbolism for something deeper. And well, when we learn to read the symbolism, we learn to read God's language. That's powerful. But well, I will not go deeper right now, maybe later. The second theme is that it's time to feed your mind. Don't flood it. So it's a time of many mental shifts and clarity due to Sun going in Aries. Sun represents soul. It represents expansion of your spirit, which means bringing more of the spirit into this world. And it may mean that in order to expand, we need knowledge. Knowledge is like a key in this dimension, because you can see what you don't have words for it, right? That's why it's hard to heal something that you don't acknowledge. But when you acknowledge it, you can easily work through it. So knowledge is like a key in this world. When you have the right knowledge, you can create whatever you've been studying in this life. And this is the time right now for expanding our knowledge. So you may be pulled into studying certain things that will improve your life, not just studying whatever. You may feel very deeply drawn to study certain specific subject like finances or mindset or mental health or emotional health, or whatever is the thing you are drawn to right now. Notice, because that's what will help you to expand and experience more wholeness in this life right now. So maybe pick up a book that was on that shelf for such a long time. Maybe it was calling you, pay attention. Then the third theme for right now is discipline. We've talked about discipline before. It's about devotion when it aligns with your soul. So in yesterday's video, I've already mentioned that, but this is big, and I will be reminding you of this, because every single day, well, if we don't have discipline, we're just flowing around like a leaf in the wind. But if you have discipline, if you organize your routines, you will be sailing through life, and you will have wind in your back, and it will be pushing you forward because you have clarity around where you're going. So set few grounding habits that will allow you to do it, like maybe a new morning routine, a new before bed routine, organize sleeping cycles, very important. This is something to pay attention to, because it's a call to commit to what truly matters, It's time to bring some more structure into your life that will actually make your life more aligned. Not just some structure to become even busier, but structure that will actually make you more fulfilled. I think we don't need much explanation on that. It just means, create habits out of things that make you a better person, that makes you more energized, and that's it. Like what I'm doing right now personally is that I'm organizing my schedule to have more time for painting, because that was something I've been doing less and less, and I've noticed I want to paint more, and that's what I'm structuring right now, to have these times for painting, because sometimes we have time, but if we don't schedule something, we just distract ourselves. Then the fourth theme is that your inner world is speaking louder than ever before. The subconscious mind and the unconscious, the unconscious mind of society is very active and a bit chaotic right now, so it may be also steering you. It speaks to you through symbolism, like you may receive that in dreams as well. But you may also experience a bit lower energy or some inner tension. I've seen some of you have been feeling lower energy and have been feeling maybe more stress, more tension. What is the message for those of you is purpose, because this energy must be channeled into something. So that's what I feel when it comes to this lower energies. Like when people feel lower energy, it's not that the energy is lower, it's just a bit more chaotic, more impulsive, so it drains us if we don't channel it. Like one example is if you're maybe more sensitive to caffeine, like you drink coffee and you become anxious. So you become anxious because you've experienced some extra energy that hasn't been channeled into something. So sometimes it happens to me. But if I drink a coffee and start doing something creative, I will feel like I'm on fire with that creative work, because that extra energy was channeled into something, and it just feels like my brain is on fire, and I can just flow with, I don't know, painting or something like that. Sometimes I try it out because it just feels like it's an incredible feeling. I'm not doing it daily because it would exhaust me, but sometimes I try. And the thing with this chaotic unconscious energy is that it must be channeled. That's how it's also balanced. And more people that can learn to channel the energy, and we channel energy through purpose, like setting a purpose for ourselves. Doesn't matter what it is. You can just decide today I will clean a house, and you will channel the drained energy into something fluid or creative. You can decide I will do some creative work, or I will go into the gym, or I will go into the dancing class, or I will go for a run, or just whatever, just setting a goal and accomplishing it. That's how you set a purpose for yourself. To find a purpose is to prioritize tasks. That's how you create purpose, and that's how you channel energy. So yes, there is the chaotic energy in the collective unconsciousness, and that's what makes people that are not so in control or so aware more triggering and more, tingling, or how people say, more on the edge. But to those of you who are aware, you can channel this energy, and it will actually feed you. It will charge you up. So rather than feeling drained, you will feel charged. And you may be tricked, like you may feel, oh, I'm so tired all the time. But actually, when you set a goal for it, you will feel charged. So don't be tricked, like, oh, I'm tired. Yes, if you're tired, if you're exhausted because you have a busy life, that's a different thing. But if you don't have a busy life and you feel tired, it's because you lack purpose. Just one thing to know. And then the fifth theme is you are reconnecting with your inner light. And that's something I've mentioned already at the beginning of this video, but I will slow down, my friend. I want to go deeper. So disconnect from mental conflict. Disconnect from mental conflict, and you will reconnect with your inner light. So your inner light is also inner spark, and sometimes it's inner understanding, inner standing, right? Your mind may be chaotic sometimes. Don't trust your mind when your mind is chaotic. You may be like, oh, I don't like that, and that is crazy, and that is wrong, and that's happened there. Don't trust that. Find a way to disconnect from it. Like, I'm just from a painting session. And you know, when I finish a painting session, I feel more clear in my mind than ever. Like, nothing makes me so clear in my mind than painting, because it just distracts my analytical mind to such a degree that I just don't hear it anymore, and then it shuts off. You see, thoughts are like, if you don't need them, they leave you. But it's hard to stop thinking if you're thinking, right? You can't say, oh, I will stop thinking, and then you wait so you stop thinking. It's like you focus on something else. Even in meditation, you stop focusing on thoughts, you start seeing them maybe as clouds. And that's what helps you to detach from them, and then slowly these clouds disappear. So find a way to detach from thoughts, and you will reconnect with your light. It will just feel like knowing. It will feel like knowing. You can, burn a candle, play some beautiful music, and reconnect with it. But one truth here, to those of you who use meditation to reconnect with more clarity, so you would change your life, well, ask yourself in meditation what you've been neglecting about your life, what you would like to see more in your life. Don't take the easy path, but be as truthful as possible. Find the deepest possible truth inside of you. What would make your life fulfilling? What would make you a better person? And strive to make it happen. Strive to become it. Sometimes it's a bit challenging because we may come across thoughts, oh, I will need to cut certain people off. Or we may start to think about, oh, maybe I would change my job. Oh, maybe I would stop doing that. Don't do an immediate act, but write it down, and for a few days see if you still feel the same way about it. And you will see, truth will set you free, but firstly it will scare you a little bit. This is something that will help you a lot during this time, because, these energies are powerful. So, a lot of mental curiosity, study new things. It's energy for communication. Sun in Gemini. There's you are feeling a need to be more communicative, to speak up, to express yourself, to talk about what is important, to talk about what you believe to be true. So find ways to make it happen, even if it's just recording a video or finding a therapist, a mentor. If you feel there's something stuck inside of you, speaking it out will help you to release it. It's very important to connect during this time. So find same-minded people, same-hearted people, make some new connections. It's time, as we've talked in previous videos, about playfulness. Play, my friends. The point is that, as a little kid, you've been playful, and then because someone told you, hey, you should grow up, you've grown up, right? Now I would say to you, hey, remember who you were before the world told you who you need to be. And see what brought playfulness to you. So many people have forgotten how playfulness even feels like. Every single day you should play, my friends. Maybe not all the time, but at least sometime. Yeah, painting for me is playful. Making these videos, my friend, it's playful for me. And I wish for all of you to find something that will be playful, because playfulness raises our frequency. Yeah, we don't care how we look, we just do it because it feels right. That raises your frequency. And it's also time to ground your focus, to maybe focus on breathing, to have some slow moments in the day as well. Put on a schedule 5 minutes just for breathing, or just for observing the movement of nature. Simple things like that will ground you and remind you, hey, you don't need to adapt to the pace of the world, because you just don't need to. You can find your pace, and your pace will be beautiful. Yeah, it will be your flow, my friends. And then you will say, oh, I found the flow, because you truly did. It's not something mystical, it's just finding your pace, finding what kind of speed fits you and your evolution. So you stop comparing with others like you would be in some human competition, and you recognize you are on a very unique path that's designed for you and supported by creation. And more you embrace it, more you trust yourself, believe yourself, and use the thoughts that find you to take action with them, more you will see results, the fruits of your work, right? I will leave it here. I hope you found a great value today. I'm sending you lots of love, blessings, and power. And I want to say big thanks to all of you who are choosing to support my art, my paintings on AttractPassion.com, or the link in the description of this video. You will find all of my paintings there. I'm painting like symbols that can remind you of what truly matters. They are very interesting, and some of them may resonate with you. When a painting resonates with you, it has something to give you. So check it out. Which one will? I'm curious to know. Check it out, and by that you're supporting my mission, and for that I'm truly grateful for. So yeah, check it out. Also join us on our Patreon page for more exclusive content. Until next time, one love.